Hey guys, Cleanblade here, bringing another Pokemon TCG online deck profile. And today we're going to be looking into Snorlax with the block ability. So basically, we're just going to stop them from retreating while we basically lock them out with lasers and crushing hammers and shaymin-exes as their main attacker. So of course, we are running 4 shaymin-ex in this deck with the setup ability. He helps us draw a lot, like a lot. So we don't need to run as many draw supporters as you'd think, but we still do run a heavy amount of draw supporters, but we also run other supporters to help us replenish our lasers and stuff like that. So we are running the 4 shaymin-ex and 4 Snorlax with block. The block is a decent ability. It does get shut down by Wobbuffet, Silent Lab, Garbodor, stuff like that, but so does Shaymin, and you just kind of lose to those matchups. It isn't the greatest matchup at all, so you really just don't want to be playing against those matchups. But then if we jump into the item cards, we really start seeing where the deck shines. So we're going to be running 1 computer search. Pretty standard. Computer search is really good in this format. Nothing much to really say about it. I hope it gets reprinted soon so we don't lose computer search, but who knows. Then we're running 4 crushing hammers. The crushing hammers are really important in this deck. Helps discard energy. Plus the Snorlax prevents them from retreating, so they're basically stuck active unless they have a switch or a escape rope, and then they have to have that to get out of the lock. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, and if they don't, well, then they just lose another Pokemon to that. So they usually don't want that. So we're also running just the one Enhanced Hammer, just because DCE is kind of prevalent in this meta. Enhanced Hammer is really good. Just discard a DCE, plus Toad matchups we really don't like, so yeah, because we run majority item cards, so Toad matchup is kind of a bad matchup. It's not something we really want to go up against. Either is Trevenant, which are kind of popular decks at the moment, though Toad kind of fell off a little bit because of Trump card, even though I think it's still a really good deck. But it's still there, so if you run into Toad, you kind of don't like playing this deck, unless if you get turn 1 Headringer on a Toad, stop them from attacking turn 1, and hope they don't have an AZ or something like that. That's essentially how it goes. So after the Enhanced, we're running 4 lasers, and this is half our damage in this deck. Shaymin only does max 50 damage with the Muscle Bands, so yeah, that's just like kind of low. We really aren't doing much. And then if we have a Verbank out with the laser, we're doing 30 with that. So now we're doing 80 damage, and they can't retreat to get out of the poison, so they take another 30 damage going back in on my turn. And yeah, that's already, 110 damage. All they gotta do is attack again, and they die, so yeah, we're running 4 lasers. Then we're running 2 max potion. I didn't like 3 max potion. I was running 3 max potion before. I really think it made the deck kind of inconsistent. But we run the max potions because of Snorlax. Now, Snorlax is 130 HP. It has an attack for 4 energies, which we are never going to use. So he's just never going to have any energy attack to him. He has a retreat cost of 4, so we run Floatstone, of course. So we basically just max potion off all the damage that gets hit onto Snorlax, essentially. So he can stay into play longer and continue his ability and stuff like that. So that's why I only run 2. Sometimes it comes up really big, sometimes it's just kind of a dead card. I feel like I'm 25-75 on it's a decent card, a bad card. I think it's situationally good in this deck, so just remember that. Then we're running the 1 switch, just in case if Floatstones get discarded, stuff like that. There is Startling Megaphone. It has become more prevalent, seeing Trump card has been banned. So we do run the 1 switch. And then we're running 4 Trainer's Mail. The card is just ridiculous. It's kind of become a staple in every deck, so why not run it? We're running 4 Ultra Ball. This card's really good in this deck. We can get Snorlaxes, Shaymins, mostly Shaymins. Occasionally we get a Snorlax depending on what we have in our hand, so gotta pay attention to this deck. This deck seems really basic, but it's kind of complex in what the moves you have to make throughout the deck. And then jumping into the next trainer card, we are running 4 VS Seekers. We run kind of a heavy supporter line because we kind of have to run things to make sure we get things back and stuff like that. So we are running 4 VS Seekers. Then jumping into the supporters, we're running 1 Lysander. Sometimes they'll have a bench Pokemon that's can't retreat if you do this, so you just Lysander it out, laser it, and they're stuck in doing damage, and they aren't able to do anything about it, and you just win, such as Darkrai or Keldeo, because they can rush in, but they can't retreat, because even if they have Floatstone, Snorlax's ability just says you cannot retreat. It doesn't increase your retreat cost or anything like that. It just says you cannot. So it gets around Floatstone and stuff like that. So we are just running the one Lysander. Then we're running 4 N. N is just really solid early game in this deck. Late game, it kind of takes us a while to start getting our prizes rolling because we kind of want to set up. So late game, this card is also really good for us in my opinion. There's not really much more to say about it, so we're just going to move on. We're running 4 Sycamore, Jaw 7, who doesn't like that? Deficit. Then on to like odd supporters we'd run. We are running 4 Shadow Triad. So Shadow Triad's really, really good in this deck. We could get back lasers again. Okay, laser is really important with that trump card ban. There's no other way to get it back really at the moment. So we can get back lasers. We can get back Snorlaxes if they get KO'd. So technically they could have to KO 6 potential Snorlaxes in the deck because of Shadow Triad. And then because of Shadow Triad we can use VS Seeker, get a Shadow Triad, get a laser, do that, and then, you know, next turn do the exact same thing if we needed to. So Shadow Triad I feel is really good in this deck. I do run 4. You could run 3 if you wanted to and just fill it in with something else like a Wawana if you wanted to or something like that. So we are running nothing but colorless Pokemon. Wawana is good in this deck. You can grab it out whenever you want and you'll probably always, no matter what, have a target in your deck for it. So there's that. So moving on to like the stadiums and the tool cards, we're running 3 Verbanks. I'd run 4 except I have 3, so we made the list with 3. Verbank is just really good, and this is kind of a stadium heavy meta, so 4 would just be more ideal. Because once you start losing like the trades on Verbanks, it's just kind of bad. You start losing half your damage, and nobody really likes that. So moving on though to all the tool cards and stuff, we're running Floatstone. Floatstone is really, really good in this deck. Free retreat on a 4 retreat cost Snorlax is just really good. So we run 3 of them. Then we're running 2 Muscle Band. Muscle Band to help our Shaymin do 50 damage instead of 30. Really, that's the only reason why we run the 2 Muscle Band. Otherwise, if you don't have the Muscle Bands, you don't even have to run them at all. Laser will still do half your damage for you, so why not? Then moving on, we are running 2 Headringers. This is for the Seismitoad matchup, and matchups we kind of want to slow them down because they're a faster deck and they're kind of stronger than us. So we're running Headringer, like Mega Ray. If they open up a Ray, you're just like Headringer, and hope they don't have Spear Links. So yeah, then moving on for the the energy cards. We're running the Lone and 4 DCE. That's it. That's all we need in this deck. You're basically guaranteed to draw them with all the support that we have. We have 4 Sycamores, 4 Ns that user draw. We have 4 Shaymins. We have 4 Ultra Balls, 4 Trainers Mails. The odds of you not hitting a N or a Sycamore or an Ultra Ball off a Trainer's Mail is really low. So it's just like nearly impossible for you not to get something to draw in. So you can get DCEs out so fast. It's so easy. But yeah, thanks you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked this video, hit the like button down below. If you guys didn't, hit the dislike. Let me know what I did wrong, how I can improve to make it better for you and everybody out there. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And if you really, really, really like to hit the subscribe button. I know we're getting close to 50 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.